Hello, trading is closed on December 22nd, 2020. We always start with our disclaimer, so let's do that. It's my plan for the 23rd. If we gap smartly in the wrong direction, calls kill before the open. Don't forget, my calls aren't always right. If you want to risk money, do it at your own risk. My email is mejt.trades@gmail.com. Well, you said this was a pattern with the early high. There it is. Tomorrow's pattern has the early low. Now we had mixed signals. The commonest thing was we gap and promptly move outside the day's range. That didn't happen. Next most common is close, little change, big move next day. Well, I've always defined little change as 4 points or less. This is 0.021%. I'm not going to change the rules, but I think it's kind of unfair to call that wrong. So as of the first of the year, I'm going to say if it's a 4-point range, it's correct. And if it's within 0.25%, I'm not going to call it wrong. I'm just going to call it neutral. And so for now, at least, that missed, and we had the least common thing. Early on, we had a signal that ultimately lower prices would print, but optionally we get a higher target too. We got the higher target, we got the lower target. MEJT said each of these moves would retrace. That's all played out. This rally here was said to be false. System said we'd retrace, and that's already happened. We're going to go over our charts, but the important thing here is we had this down day, declined all day, and all these prior lows held. And that's a bullish pattern. Either take this low out early, or we should see higher prices tomorrow, even if we don't close higher. So here's the prior lows. You can see this is the close. See how all these lows held? We were under them. This if we didn't have a chance, but we closed over all the lows. So this was a decline all day, which didn't accomplish anything. Now time doesn't run out till tomorrow's open, and I don't know what will happen at tomorrow's open. But if these hold at the open, I think we'll see higher prices. Well, here was our big trend line. That actually held. Market likes to tease us. Once this slope breaks, it should be bombs away on the downside, but that hasn't happened yet. Just to further confuse the issue, this trend line's resistance, and just as support held with the other trend line, resistance is held with this one. Wouldn't surprise me if the market didn't really make its mind up till the beginning of the year, but you never know. Right now, this is my alternate count. I'm leaning towards making it the preferred count. This still could be wave one down. We rallied, found support at 50% of this move. I guess you could call this C without breaking any rules, but it certainly would make a more aesthetic appearance if we had one more leg up at this high held. Just because it will look pretty, that doesn't mean it'll happen, but I think it's a plausible scenario for tomorrow. So tomorrow has a early low, doesn't mean you won't gap up. Typically it's a rally day with a high and a final hour. If there is early weakness, it usually leads to more weakness in days to come. Even if we do rally the rest of the day, we couldn't close under prior lows. We either undercut them promptly, ideally by gapping under them, or we see higher prices. Doesn't mean we close higher. Wednesday is one of those days the market likes to rage reversals. because especially around noontime, the middle of the day and the middle of the week is one of the market's favorite time for a reversal. I'm not calling for it. I'm just saying be on your toes, because if we do get a rally and this holds, we can reverse at any time. And this hasn't fallen yet, but once it falls, it should be a pretty steep drop. So tomorrow has a really low, tends to be a rally day, but if it's weak, it won't take much to start the ball rolling on the downside. It hasn't happened yet. That's today's call.